And another load of hoard. Parts washer, all of our sols in the pail, copper slag, and walnut shells crushed up, and a tree that got some pretty good windburn on her. Well, that might work as temporary shelving. Just kind of thinking I gotta get that and that out of here and make room to build my workbench across the whole back. It's going to be a little bit different than that bench. Probably a little bit straighter than this bench, but this should work for now. I got headroom, I guess, as long as I keep it in between this. But yeah, I want to get going on that workbench, so I got to get all the shit out of here. And I think the best way is to put it on something with wheels that I can drag out. Might work pretty good. I don't know if I like those mushrooms growing in here.
He's just sitting right in it, having a little buffet. He scared him away.
I don't know where he's gonna go.
He goes under the metal.
Yeah, I know. He's gonna come towards you in a few seconds. Eating the freaking dirty old acorns. Huh. He is laying under the metal. This is his favorite right here. Huh, he was here earlier. Everything's moved in the tunnel. Oh, I see him move. Yeah, we'll let him finish cleaning up. Okay, so this is not moving the butterfly on the curb. I just adjusted the idle there. I adjusted the throttle here and it stays running, but yeah, so I guess this isn't just for the all-wheel drive. There must be a switch in here that has failed because it kills the ignition. The second that guy pops back, so yeah, there's something in there. Had to pull that guy apart. I turned up the throttle here. It turned up the throttle and it wouldn't idle unless I just barely touched this guy. And also, if I turned it up here, it ran fine, but then you turn to one side and, of course, it revs up. So I got to pull this guy apart. And somewhere in here, there's going to be a switch hooked up to the throttle that powers the ignition. Or, I guess, it's like the Taurus setup, I guess, on Banshees and a few other guys have it. But in this case, it's just like a limit switch, I guess. So, pull this guy apart and see what broke. Okay, so I just unplugged this guy. She idles fine. But will she rev? Now, I'm going to plug her back in. And might have just been a dirty... I got the ignition off, yeah. Just give me a second here. I'll plug her back in. Okay. So I just plugged back in the connection. Oops, upside down. Look at that. It's just a dirty connection right here by the looks of it. Seems to be good. Oh. I should still take it apart and clean it. I had a dead spot when I moved it. Oh, there it goes. Okay. this spot. See, you hear the dead spots. Now I'm going to disconnect that one more time and verify that that doesn't happen anymore. Definitely nothing to do with the cable itself. Sockets aren't going to roll off. Nope. Yeah, like I said before, I literally just had to keep my finger slightly on it. And look how much free play there is. See my free play? Lots of free play. I got the cable backed off here. I got the idle adjusted. The idle's set a little bit high right now. Probably at about, oh no, that's a little bit high. But you know, that's actually not bad. I purposely did that. I just wanted to verify the choke's actually working. You know, that stupid thing has been giving me issues for years and I didn't realize it. I'm sure of it. Don't you fall off, don't you go in there. Well, I'm going to shut this off for now. I'm going to actually disconnect this guy, take her in, and give her a good cleaning. Okay, so a quick Google search. I got still quite a bit of free play here. And it might just be caused by I had too much free play in the throttle. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Too much free play in the throttle? We'll see. We just literally took that much free play out of her, and that might have solved the issue. We'll see. Well, just had her out for another rip. Everything's good. Yeah, still got free play. But again, they're designed to have a certain set amount of free play in the wire linkage because there's a micro switch in here. So I can turn both ways, nothing hits. I got turned idle down a bit. Right now she's at what, 15? I like it at about 13, 12 to 13, but and I should have cleaned the air filter, but I kind of got lazy and just slapped it back in there. A very dirty air filter. I just wanted to test it for now. Yeah, I'm going to call that good enough for an idle. Now I got to figure out why the rad fan doesn't work. Yeah, because rad fans, you know, definitely a bit important. Anyone want to know how many hours this thing has? 556 hours at 8,391 miles. Well, do I work on the rad fan? I don't know. Probably a good idea, hey? I just seen something hilarious. I'm not going to look at the rad fan today. You guys see the can in there? Yeah, monster can. You know something? I'm going to leave that there. One year I'll find it. Maybe it'll be an antique by then. This is my third seat. The dealer, when I bought this quad, I had him change the seat multiple times because of this shit. See the rubber in there? It's just getting destroyed on these pins. So, well, right now that pin's actually pretty loose. I noticed this one's loose too. I mean, it only holds on the passenger seat. Yeah, this one's loose too, hey? But the issue I had was they kept on ripping the seats right along the seam right here. And this one is starting to do it. But yeah, when I bought this quad, I had them change the seat 3 times under warranty. So, yeah. But, you know, that's because I'm a big person, and when I drive, I stand up, and when I sit down real fast. So, yeah, makes sense. All the air has to escape the seat somehow. And I told them originally, they got one hole right here, and then these release the air here, where they pop into here. And I was just thinking, you know, a couple extra holes might have worked, but nope, they insisted that's not what the issue was. And hard to say, but these guys are still getting destroyed here. So, but the seat hasn't ripped. But I think if I remember right, they did enlarge these or drilled holes in the foam. I don't know, but just thought I'd mention that. And as for the exhaust system, that exhaust has been working awesome. And of course, with that kind of mileage, my jetting was, you could say, perfect. You could say, can't go wrong with that. It is due for a belt. Lots of hours, lots of kilometers on that belt. And of course, I did change the belt like 6 times in the time I owned it. I just thought I'd mention that. So it's just since the last time I changed it. Okay, so first thing I did was disconnect this guy right here. This is to gauge temperature sensor, engine temperature sensor. I disconnected that, and as far as I could tell, they should short to the fan on position, and no luck, no fan. So time to go a little bit more forward with her to the next sensor. Got a healthy fan. That's a good thing. Okay, I'm going to check for some power at the fuses. Wait, why is there an EFI fuse? This thing doesn't have EFI. So when I got this quad, I had to put the zip tie on here because I had a couple fuses that seemed like they popped off. First thing I did when I bought this quad is, of course, put my kill switch on her. That's for the rear tail lights. And I'm recording sideways. Really? Yeah, so that's for my rear tail lights. It's not because I was doing anything weird or illegal. It's strictly for cold starting to give more power to the starter. And not turn on the rear lights, you can say. But, wow. She's pretty beat. Look at that marks on here. Yeah, she's been upside down about 7 times. No, not 7. 4 times. 3 times during the winter, and once my buddy Adam had it on its side, and that's actually where most of the damage came from, and that's when this stopped working, the rad fan. So that's what I'm thinking. It might just be the rad sensor, which I don't know if this is the wiring harness, but I'll cross those and we'll see what happens. They'll tell me if it's the relay or what the issue is. Okay, so this is going to be too hard to show up on camera here, but I'm going to kill the ignition for now. Don't like putting my hands in there really with it on. So this is going to the temperature sensor at the front right here. Sensor must be good. I cross these wires and I hear the relay clicking. So the relay clicks, but I get nothing for power to the fan. So I know I got a relay clicking, so it's going to be from the relay to the fan is going to be my issue. Okay, so on this quad, the relay that clicks when I bypass the front sensor is this relay right here. Pretty close to where this whole panel got hit, hey? I'm going to start by, do I want to take off the fender? I mean, really, it's, all I got to do is technically cut it a little bit more, and I could take off just half. I'm going to just get it back, push it back a little bit here, and right there. Take a little bit of a better look, because the rad fan would work sometimes, and then sometimes it wouldn't. So, hey, there's where the fuel shutoff is. This wire right here, I originally put in this wire when I did my kill switch for the rear lights. This was my emergency, you never know what I want to do kind of wire. I think it's a 4 conductor. It's actually speaker wire. Or was it speaker wire? I can't remember, but I got it actually just going to the back here. I shoved it into the factory wiring harness, but yeah, it's just dangling back here in case I ever decide to do something with it. Just decided, hey, I had the fenders off, why not? And I never did anything with it. Okay, so I'm going to take out the old power probe here and see what I can do with the relay and find out, is it just a wire going from here to there? We'll see in a few minutes. Oh, I think I might have figured out the issue. So the relay clicks, but nothing goes by. I got no headlights. I wonder if I got tail lights. No tail lights either. Look at that. Nope. Well, that's going to mean my fuse is probably just popped. And you know the stupid thing is, I haven't driven this in the night for the longest time. So yeah, that's probably all it is. Well, sure enough, my accessory fuse is blowing. Got her here. She is popped. But yeah, I realized headlights aren't working. So, but at the same time, it won't run if I blow this one. And maybe, no, it won't even turn on the relay. Now, did I just blow that one by trying that? Nope. Okay, so I never blew it trying that. So I do need both. Damn it. I swear if I remember right, somewhere there were spare fuses on this machine somewhere. And stupid me, don't think I have any here. We'll see. Okay, so decided to go give her a quick pressure wash. Pulled off the front fender. Just so I can at least see what's going on here with the wiring. But other than that, I checked the relay is functioning. I can hear it clicking, and it is putting out power in the direction it needs to. So the fan works, relay, sensor most likely works. I just bypassed it. So the issue is from the relay puts out power. So it's from the relay to the fan. So it's going to be a wire issue, but I'm thinking because there's a secondary, the wire is probably going to route all the way through here instead of going just directly from there to there. It's really hard to say, but I'm going to let her dry up for a bit. I noticed a few other issues with her. I'm missing an exhaust spring for the exhaust right there. And can you say melted sway bar link bushing? Yeah, that's pretty melted, hey? So, again, just gave her a quick bath. That way I can check out everything, and maybe I'll even change the belt while I'm at it. It's pretty much apart anyway. Why not, hey? I'll say a fan circuit breaker, and that is right here. This is the only one I could see. I don't know if that's a regulator rectifier, but this is the wire that I put in that I just left dangling, and I of course shoved it into the original wiring harness. So I did have this all apart at one time. So this is just above the rear wheel, and yeah, I got to cut a few more zip ties to get in there, but I'm going to double check that. Now I'm pretty sure if my relay's clicking, that's just the low voltage side. This would be for the high voltage side. Funny thing is, even putting power from the relay, it doesn't do anything. So I don't know, maybe it goes from the relay all the way back to the back of the quad to here, and then all the way back to the front. That would be kind of weird, but hey, I guess you never know. Well, sure enough, the circuit breaker is actually bad. Nothing on that terminal. Got power. Oh, wait. So kind of hard. I got 12 volt on that terminal and nothing going through on this terminal. And look at this, here's the other wire up here. The wires are coming from the front, so they run them all the way to the back. Put a circuit breaker back here. But this guy is a nice tool, so you could touch it to anything. Green is ground, of course, and red is positive. And you can also, and it doesn't short shit up. Well, you can, but if I wanted to say here's negative, if I wanted to put positive to negative, I could do that. So not saying it's gonna be a good thing, but at the same time, it's pretty foolproof. This tool I bought, oh, what was this, 10, 15 years ago, Princess Auto. You also do got a separate negative clamp, and it's just a standard cheap power probe. But yeah, so that circuit breaker is toast. Huh. Funny thing is, there's no corrosion, no nothing. Maybe I'll just bypass it for now. Now I got a circuit breaker inside, I think. That's probably like 10 amp. I'll have to see. Well, there's no fixing this guy. You guys, oop, where is it? Look at all the crusties. And the rusties. Yep. So, yeah. She is very well corroded. Look at that points gap, just completely destroyed. Well, that's the issue right there. At least it's only a $5 fix. If I order Chinese replacements, that is. Okay, so, just to see what kind of max draw I got, I'm going to have to put a multimeter on here after, but I don't think I'll show this. So, ooh, again, so this is the line from the battery. This is the one going to the fan. Fan works. And so, and the reason why the fan is working right now is the wire at the front here going to the sensor, which is right there. If you can see it, the wire normally plugs into there, and I just got this guy bypassed. Now I'm going to try something. No, I'm not going to worry about the one on here. Maybe I should, because that one, see this one, when I unhook the one that's on the cylinder head itself, this is the wire for it. This one here, the relay doesn't trip or anything. I think that's strictly for your gauge, maybe the ECM, hard to say, but yeah. And I guess I can reassemble it, and that's all I need. My accessory fuse I pulled out temporary. The main I put in a 15 because I was doing some troubleshooting, switching them, so I do got to get a couple 20 amp fuses, but other than that, everything seems to be good. And this is your fuse, by the way, for your fan right here. So on mine it says EFI, and that is the fan, the fuse that runs the relay. And I don't think that's going to be the fuse that goes to the back, but I am going to check that real quick. So I'm going to pull that guy out, and right now the ignition, actually I think it doesn't matter which way the ignition is, but my relay did not click, and I'm stepping on my wire. Okay, so that is only the fuse that powers the relay on the low voltage side of the relay. Okay, because right now, well, it's not going to click with this in my hand anyway, but you guys get the point. I pulled out this fuse here, and the relay stopped clicking when I had that bypassed. So now that I know he's in the tunnel here, oh, or he's not. This guy might be trouble. Oh shit. Holy shit, did you see that? There's just freaking 3 of them. Oh, that's not really a good thing. Huh. Okay, well, that's not just one. I swear I just seen another one over here. I look back and I swear I seen another one there. Huh. Well, I decided to pull off the belt cover and inspect the belt, and I'm just going to run it. She looks to be actually in fairly decent shape. It's hard to really tell you or see, but both sides are smooth. Inside of there, the pulley, you can't really see it there. Everything looks pretty decent. This is just absolutely smooth. Everything seems to be good. All the sliders on the clutch. Everything in here looks to be normal. Everything is tight. That's a pretty dry rotted fuel line there, hey? Wow. So it gave these 2 clamps here a little bit of a snugging up. They were technically starting to drip a bit. That's just from the oil tank. Talking about that, you know how hard it is to check the oil with my big ass hands? Yeah, she's a little dark, but she's still full. Coolant. Oh, that's right up to the top here. Just past the max, but I also topped it off up there, so makes sense. A little bit more would have dumped into here. Notice my front drive shaft's starting to get a little tiny bit of play in it, which is weird because I almost never use 4-wheel drive. But other than that, these are all grounds, right? Yeah, none of those need to be taped up or anything, but everything so far is looking to be pretty decent. I guess this has something to do with voltage regulator or traction. Really don't know what that guy's for. Probably look it up, but other than that, everything's looking to be pretty decent. I do got to get one of these for the other side because the other side is melted from the hot exhaust. I do got to get an exhaust spring, same as this guy, but on the back side. And oil change? Nah, I'll do that next year. I swear that guy has been there all day, just eating the shells. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know if that's considered cleaned up at all. But next weekend, hope to start building my shelving. We'll see. And as for the Polaris quad, I got the new breaker on order. I'm not going for the original Polaris one. I'm just going for a Chinese $10 special. Also going to, I ordered that on Amazon, but I'm also going to go to my local Princess Auto and, you know, check out theirs too. But it seems to be a 10 amp. But yeah, everything's back together. I don't have the side cover on. I normally never run that side cover. I like to be able to have access to the battery if need be quickly removed, you could say. But that's where I'm going to leave it for this week. That's not too bad. Here comes my parts for the quad. That's not too bad. Got that pretty quick. It's not the exact match, but at the same time, you know, it's pretty good. And got it within, what, 2 days? The horde of garbage. I got an old trike front end. An old Briggs Model 23. A few more engines. Another diesel. Oh, I think the roof's a little leaky. Nah, it is ooh, mushroomed. Yeah. Huh. That's from the old Quadzilla. My old Polaris gun boot for the quad. Oh. Spare snowblower for the Sears. Oh, do I want to start hauling this shit out of here? I really do not want to. Random pile of garbage. This was very expensive, this gun boot. And very disappointed, you could say. That was for the Polaris quad, and long story short is it absolutely sucked. So Polaris put their name on it, but yeah, that kind of sucked. An old trike rear end and trike front end. Another front tire for a Honda trike. That was from a Honda, that's a Yamaha, and I got a few other parts somewhere for it, but lots of hoard to go through. I don't know if I showed all this, but another hoard load I just brought out here. Some people were asking what did I do with the old Kubota generator. Yeah, got all the panels for it. Got a box of all the electronics and some other miscellaneous parts, but the actual engine itself I sold, and the generator head I got rid of. So the idea for in here is I'm going to take some tube frame, build a frame, going to mount a 6-horse diesel, going to mount generator head, and I'm still tempted. I got the 120 volt blower fan designed to run off the generator. I might put that in here still. It's actually in that box there. And I got a few other electronics for the start-stop system, you could say. But I was originally thinking diesel engine, generator head, and 2 semi-truck batteries, and making it kind of like a hybrid system with an inverter that the diesel engine only starts up when the batteries get low. But I don't know if I'm going to do that or not yet. Definitely needs a good cleaning, but it has a nice big fuel tank. So got some of the other stuff I brought inside already, but this stuff here, a lot of it's just old machining stuff from machine shop stuff, work stuff, random shit that I dragged out here that will probably never be used. Some of it I should have just thrown away. Another furnace blower. So this one here has a belt drive, and that's all other miscellaneous stuff from machine shop shit over the years collecting. But I got the parts for the quad, and going to throw those on real quick. And other than that, I looked over the footage for this video, and it's not much going on right now. So, but freaking Monarch canker pillars in here. The girlfriend picked up over 60 of them so far. So, yeah. Gotta really drag those, finish bringing in the tools, but another project that we're working on is over here. Is the 2 fence poles right there. Some of them have to be cut down. And there's more fence poles going in all the way around the corner. Gonna fence in this area, keep the deer out of the garden a little bit more. But look at all this milkweed. You guys see all the milkweed right there? Yeah, that's where monarch butterflies lay their eggs. And then the birds eat them. But instead of the birds eating them, we bring them in, feed them milkweed. They cocoon up, they hatch, and we release them. So, yeah. We've been over all of this pretty much today. Yesterday there was over 50 canker pillars on there, so this morning I think only about 6 or 7 that we seen, but just cemented in these 2 poles. So this pole here, I gotta move that bucket of cement. That pole, this pole here was a full 12 footer. That one there was like 11 feet. It was cut down. But the idea is after that, the fence is just going to be connected from here to there. But later it's going to be all the way down through there, all the way around. But just kind of fencing in this area. And in this corner here, we're going to build another small greenhouse 1 year. Of course, that one's not finished yet, but we're kind of thinking of screening off a few of them. But yeah. Again, not much going on right now. A lot of grass growing back here. Train going by. But still deciding, do I want to expand this? My permit has been renewed, so I can finish my footer, expand this. I got all the materials other than the roof rafters to do that, and the roof rafters wouldn't be that bad, but pile of bones. But so much junk. So this guy here, studs are a little bit longer on the one side. I don't know, is that on the battery side or doesn't really matter, but that guy should work. This guy here was only 12 bucks on Amazon. That includes shipping. So, and I'll see if that's going to work. And I actually brought back the quad cover finally. This has been sitting forever. And yeah, maybe I'll actually put the cover on it to keep some of the shit off it. I don't know if this is showing up, but attack of the horseflies. Yeah. That kind of sucks. Hundreds of horseflies. Hundreds and hundreds of horseflies in here. Wow. Kind of think we should screen that off, hey? Instead of leaving that wide open. Where's those skeeter coils? Kind of keeps them away a little bit, so. Well, now I know why those moving blankets were so cheap. I never even read the size of them. I mean, it works. Flies are gone. They were flying in between, so. Good enough for now. Well, studs were a little bit long, but I'm not too worried about it. Wrap that up and yeah, should work out perfectly fine. So I was thinking the only reason I can make sense to me that this is at the back of the quad is because of the length of the wire. It gives it time to cool down if it gets too hot. I'm going to mount it like this so the water can drain out if it ever needs to. Really? Wait a minute. That's a lot of rocks that got on the frame under her. You guys see all that rocks? Huh. Teach me for going over the sand hill. But yeah, just started raining. Got shit out here that can't get wet. I mean, I don't care if water goes back down into the fuel tank. Or maybe I do, hey? Oh, it's shitty. Oh yeah, that box had stuff. Oh, it's getting drenched pretty good. Oh. Just bring more shit in the way of where I was just about to start building my freaking shit. All the wood's getting soaked behind it, me. Ah, shitty. Well, this racing tractor project now is going outside. I just pulled off the disc brakes. Or at least the shit that I can't let sit outside here. Because I had no hoses on it. Loadmaster's here. Pulled that stuff off it. Gonna let this sit outside and ferment, you could say, for probably another 2-3 years. Really, those are brand new back tires. I should actually have them off it, stored inside so they don't dry rot. But, I don't know. So much on this guy here that's needs to be changed, modified. But, yeah. I was going to put on a 20 horsepower Briggs on this guy. Spent quite a bit of time doing it and then kind of lost interest in the project, you could say. But yeah, we'll see. You would not believe how big of a difference that fan makes. It makes it so much cooler in here. Okay, so project not so much for today, but over the next week or so, is I'm going to do a wraparound bench. I'm going to start it approximately right here. It's going to go all the way around and all the way up to this door. And actually might stop it at this pole. That way it leaves more room to bring in a vehicle and not have a workbench right in your way. That door, of course, will be open when I expand. But the idea is to build a bench somewhat along the lines of this one, but it is going to be built differently, probably in this area here. So this area, the bench is going to be a bit taller. I'm going to actually measure the front end of the Sears tractors and the Bolins and make it where it can actually pull the tractors underneath the hood part anyway, just to save a bit of space in here, because then I can still park tractors under the bench, you could say. So I got to do some measuring. So these are going to be like stand-up style benches for working standing up, and these ones will be The corner one's going to be a little bit lower, so kind of like a sit-down style with a bar stool. So they're going to slowly get lower. But before I can start any of that, I got to start hauling the shit out of here and add it to some of the collection up there, I guess. And of course, a lot of this I got to bring inside. And yeah, I say that, but I end up bringing it back out literally the next weekend. Oh yeah, it's getting a little warm out here. And that's with the wall open and somewhat of a shade cloth up. But tell you one thing, working on this side, it's like walking into air conditioning. And of course, without the fan, it would suck even more. So yeah, so much better on this side. I bet you on this side, it's maybe 28 at tops.
You know that means that those swallows aren't in there. Where did he go?
Just looking at them, trying to anyway, but
Where's the bird?
I don't know, it's gone.
Fucked off.
Oh, Liliana, did you throw anything? No? No. Good. And of course, have a robin attacking. And this would be why right here. I think there's still an egg in there, but when they were moving earlier, I thought I seen an egg in there. Try to focus on them. I think there's 3 of them in there. Try going to a wide field of view here now. Can't focus in there, but yeah, right in the corner of the shed. And another thing I'd mentioned, got some cancer starting on the truck, so just gave her a little bit of a bath with fluid film, but definitely going to need to put on another can. Did 1 can on each side, sprayed it back into there, but definitely going to need a few more cans. A couple cocoons already. They poop a lot. Tons of them this year. Tons of them. That's all from the milkweed at the back.
No, some of it's from milkweed at the front.
I guess that's true, hey? I see what you mean. It would be nice if they were clear, because they are everywhere. You're going to have butterflies in the next few days. Yeah. Well, fan's working. Hard to hear, but it's working now. That's good. So I fixed the headlights, I fixed the fan, and fixed the throttle issue because she idles good now. And guess what? She actually starts up without touching the throttle anymore. So that's a good thing. Kind of wish I would have left the ultrasonic cleaner out of here. I probably would have cleaned the carb at the same time, but eh. Going in here. Nothing in there yet. Couple new streets that way. Wow, this is growing in pretty quick here. No, there'll probably be a road here next year. Kick on me. Yeah, fan's working still. Just gotta make sure it shuts off after a while. looks like they did nothing out here. What? Oh. Looks like all the trails are gone out of here. One coming up here, is it still actually active? Looks like some people kind of use this trail still, but we'll go this way. Watch your head. Oh, piece of rabbit fur. Another piece of rabbit, or that might be deer skins. Spider webs. Nope, fan's still on. Mind you, that wasn't that fast. Want to make sure the fan's going to shut off now. The relay was working, so it should. But at the same time, the bad temperature sensor is what worked out that contactor or breaker. decided this is going to be the end of the video. Again, boring video. Just starting to, first load of gravel coming in. Gonna raise it all up a couple inches. It is a little bit moist underneath all this shit. Next weekend it's meant to be high of plus 34. But yeah, probably start doing some more next weekend. So as for the horde of garbage, it's just gonna stay out here for now. I know. I need to get some other work done, and we'll see.